Pastor Kyle and Gladys. Very, very happy 50th and many, many more. Thank you, sir. In 1974, I think it was approximately right across the way when I first met Pastor Kyle. I was in a milk business at the time, and I remember giving him a truck for down in Mexico. But that isn't important. The main thing is I had contact with this couple for the very first time. And I like to refer to going to see Pastor Kyle in the hospital. And as you know, the prognosis wasn't too good at the time. And we were talking about their 50th anniversary. Well, God came through, and here they are on their 50th anniversary. I say a miracle couple. This man, we have one thing in common. I'm not a betting man, but I think that Pastor Kyle and I had more surgeries than... I know I had about 12. I don't know how many he had. But he had, really, this man had, what, 4 heart surgeries, 4 different heart surgeries. He was diagnosed as having cancer. And I want to get Gladys into the picture, too. How long ago since your accident, Gladys? 8, 9, 10 years?
10, 11 years.
The prognosis at the time was she might not walk again. Any doctors here today? If there are, hey, praise the Lord. Well, we have the greatest physician in the whole world. I praise my God for this couple. I thank them both. And then this man, many times I would go to him for advice. A lot of people don't know this. I would talk to him. In fact, the day before I got ordained, I spent probably 10 hours with him. But anyhow, enough's enough. God bless you both.
Thank you, George. Now, Pastor Noah.
Back there.
I'm over here.
Hey, no notes allowed, Norm.
Norm is pastor of the South Bay Baptist Church. It's the fireside room we're meeting in today.
Well, I just want to make sure I got everything straight, so I wrote it down. I don't know what I could say to a couple that's been married for 50 years. I think it's sort of like my trying to tell Nolan Ryan or Sandy Koufax how to pitch. I'm not sure. But I've known John and Gladys for, well, 19 years now, right? Or 19, 20 years. And to think that they were married 50 years ago, think back 50 years to May 1942. It was pretty bleak, wasn't it? We were at war. We were getting knocked all around, weren't we? I mean, battle after battle was being lost. And then that daring raid of Jimmy Doolittle and Japan and brought some hope to us. But I can see that it didn't diminish Gladys and John's hope and dreams in each other. But 50 years ago, what was it like as they began their lives together? 50 years of partnership in ministry. And the last 20 years have been a ministry to the poorest of the poor in Mexico. And God has used Pastor Kyle's gifts of mercy and help and Gladys' gift of patience to make that possible. And then 50 years of love. Can you imagine that? I calculated that out. That's 438,000 hours of putting up with each other. You don't believe me? That's just calculated out. Somebody's a mathematician here. But you know, the Bible talks about love. And there are different kinds of love, or words that are used for love in the Bible. There's the agape, that kind of love that God is, and that kind of love that's really necessary for a marriage relationship, where you redo for 438,000 hours, just tolerate and put up with and forgive one another. And I'm not going to say which one needed to do the most forgiving and which one needed the forgiving. I'll let them battle that out. But the agape, then the phileo, the 50 years of companionship and friendship. And what a joy that is, you know, to still be walking together, hand in hand, arm in arm, heart in heart, and a friendship that you're so comfortable with each other, you just think a lot of life. And that's beautiful. And then 50 years of, we can't forget the third Greek word for love, it's eros, passion. And what, 6 kids to give evidence? Let's see, have all the kids stand. Let's see. Linda, Carol, Becky, Lori, and Dick. And Dick, and where? There. Steve, right here. Steve. Oh, Steve, right. 50 years of passion. Isn't that great? Six beautiful kids. And then 50 years of faithfulness. Faithfulness, not because the other person is such a beautiful and charming individual, but 50 years because they took sacred vows to love and to honor, for richer, for poor, and because of their love for Jesus Christ, they have stuck it out and made something beautiful in their marriage, and we thank God for that. And then, of course, 50 years of just a lot of work. I calculated it out, Gladys, 54,750 meals. Now we can subtract a little bit from that. Did John ever take you out on Sunday dinners? Once. Okay, subtract and then, and I also calculated out 18,250 nights together. Minus a few when we went down to Mexico, right? But a lot of work, right? Marriage is not an automatic thing. It takes a lot of work at cooking and laundering. 18,250 ironing jobs for you. That's a lot of work. Well, and their presence today is a testimony to the presence of God in their lives, because they have ministered to us in so many ways. South Bay and Mar Vista, and God has used them in beautiful ways back in Nebraska and up at Grace Baptist Riverside. There's a track record, a trail of blessings wherever they've been. And God's work is prospering. We thank God for that. And we ask God to bless you.